In this video, we'll take up the Chapter 3 review homework sheet. So in the first question, they ask us to determine the equations of the horizontal and vertical asymptotes. So pretty straightforward. For horizontal asymptotes, you look at the degrees of the numerator and denominator, and for the vertical asymptote, you solve for the zeros of the denominator. For question 2, you want to determine the equation to represent the graph of the function. So that one, you can tell that it's reciprocal of a linear function. You just have to solve for the numerator. So use any point, well, clean point that you can read off the grid, and you can solve for the numerator. For question 3, they want us to sketch a graph of the function. So find the intercepts, find the asymptotes, and you should be able to sketch the function. For each function, number 4, for each function you want the domain and range, pretty straightforward, and they want you to find the intercepts or state the intercepts. For question 5, you work with 3 reciprocal of quadratic functions, and you basically have to answer a lot of questions about them. Find the intercepts, step domain, range, sketch the graph, asymptote equations, where it's increasing, where it's decreasing, all that stuff. So that was pretty lengthy, but yeah, that's good practice. Okay, for question 6, they give us some information and they ask us to write the equation. So for question 6, I even gave myself a graph just to help myself out. I didn't need the graph, but it was a bonus just to make sure I do indeed have the right equation. Yeah, once I have the graph, building the equation was very straightforward. Okay. For question 7, they wants us to sketch the graph and give some key features about it. So I stated intercepts and the asymptotes. For question 8, they gave us a lot of information and they wanted us to build the equation. So if I know the vertical asymptote, I know the factor of the denominator, and if I know the x-intercept, I know the factor of the numerator. Now because the horizontal asymptote is y equals 3, I have a ratio of 3 to 1 for the leading coefficients. That's why I multiplied my numerator, the factor of x plus 1, by 3. For question 9, I basically applied the exact same strategy as number 8. For question 10, I'm solving a rational equation and a rational inequality. Beautiful. So there's a lot more work involved for the rational inequality, but both are very similar to what you did in the first unit when you're solving polynomial equations and polynomial inequalities. Like, those ideas are really transferable. Okay, question 11, some word problems. So a population problem, not much to say, just solve for the population, solve for the time, and then build the graph and answer a question. Pretty straightforward, not much to say. These are all questions that you have seen before in previous homework sheets. Okay, so hopefully that wasn't too bad.